Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, March 24th slate of NBA and college basketball games. March Madness is finally back, so I'm super excited to hop into it. We do have a really good slate of college basketball and NBA. It should be a pretty competitive day in both of those leagues. Hopefully, at least, you never really know anymore with, especially with the NBA. There's so many blowouts, but regardless, I think we should have a good day of basketball. But first, I did just want to go ahead and say that at the time of recording this video, we are on the road to 6,000 subscribers, and we are less than 100 subscribers away. I think we're like 80-ish away, something like that. I'd love to be able to hit that by the end of March. That is my goal. But truthfully, maybe we could be doing that $6,000 parlay giveaway tomorrow. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. You guys truly do mean the world to me. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We had a pretty profitable day yesterday. We ended up going 2-1 on the day. Let's do a quick recap of those plays. So we had Tatum over 29.5 points versus Utah as our one loss. Truthfully, he finished with 26. He shot 9 for 15 from the field, so he had a very, very efficient day. And truly, if the Celtics don't beat Utah by like 20 something, Tatum didn't even see the floor for most of the fourth quarter. I don't know if he played at all in the fourth quarter, but regardless of if he did or didn't, he didn't get a whole lot of time. But I think if he does, he finished just 4 points short. He had 26 points, 9 of 15 shooting, like I said, and I just think that if this game is even remotely close, he crushes it. I think he could be looking at a 40-point performance. Dude was absolutely clicking tonight, but unfortunately, the blowout that really did just hurt us. Then we had Mikal Bridges over 23.5 PRAs versus Minnesota. It was a little bit of a sweat. He missed a layup with like 5 minutes left that would have hit the over, but later on in the game with about 4 minutes left, he did end up making a shot to be able to hit the over. So that one ended up cashing for us. Then we had DeJounte Murray over 24.5 points. Not entirely sure why he was in for so long. Truthfully, I couldn't tell you. But he did end up hitting the over. It finished with like 30 points, and he played for a lot of the game despite it being a absolute blowout. But he played for a really long time. He shot really good from the field, so that one ended up working out for us as well. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Like I said, I found some pretty good plays today. We don't have a lot of prop lines out, so I definitely will be adding at least one more. So make sure you guys do follow me on Twitter and check the pinned comment section before the game start, just so that way I can give you guys just one more play. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. Our first play of the day, we're going to be taking Lauri Markkanen. We're going to be taking his under 15.5 points here versus the Toronto Raptors at minus 110 odds. Now, if you look at Lauri Markkanen's last 6 games, here's been his game log. He's had 18 points, 8 points, 31 points, 13 points, 17 points, and 15 points. So he's gone over in 3 of them, and he's gone under in 3 of them, and it's literally over, under, over, under, over, under. And I'm telling you, especially since Lauri Markkanen was on my Chicago Bulls for so long, I can tell you that he is the king, the absolute king of inconsistency. He could either drop 30 or he could drop literally a big fat donut. There's not really too much of an in-between. In last game versus Toronto, he did end up having 22 points versus them, but Toronto wasn't really that healthy. They were missing Fred VanVleet, and they were missing OG Anunoby. Now, OG Anunoby is still questionable as of right now, but he was listed as there was a report saying that he is going to try to make his return back today. So I would love to see that, but it could also just been, some news out there. But and Fred VanVleet, he is for sure back as of right now. So the Toronto team is starting to get a little bit more healthy. They're going up against this Cleveland Cavaliers team, who is a pretty solid team. And in the last 7 games, the Toronto Raptors, they have allowed the 6th fewest points per game to opposing small forwards. And also, we both know that both of these two teams are super slow-paced teams. Cleveland is the 2nd slowest pace in the entire NBA, and Toronto, they are the 6th slowest pace in the entire NBA. So, Both these teams play at a super slow pace. They don't allow a lot of points to the small forward position, and they also allow the 10th fewest points per game to opposing teams in general. So they don't allow a lot of points. Don't allow a lot of points to the small forward position. They both play super slow pace. That's a lot of keys for an under, so I really like that as our first play of the day. Markkanen under 15.5 points versus Toronto at -110 odds. Now, our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Phoenix Suns plus 3.5 versus the Denver Nuggets at -110 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, Phoenix has been red hot recently, and despite, obviously losing Chris Paul, they've still been a pretty solid team, especially with Devin Booker in there. Cam Payne has been stepping up. Even Shamet's been taking a much bigger role, and he's been working really well with it. They have covered their spread in 5 of their last 6 games. And on the road this year, this is a team that you definitely want to target when you are on the road, or when they're on the road. They're 22 and 13 against the spread on the road, and 6-3 against the spread as a road dog. So they're really good on the road. They're really good as a road dog. And following a win, which they did just have versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, they are 33 and 25 against the spread following a win. Now, if you look at it, Denver is kind of on the flip side. They're starting to trend in the downward direction. They have only covered in 3 of their last 9 games, and despite I do think that Jokic does have a fantastic night tonight, I just think that Phoenix is still going to end up winning this game, or at least keeping it within 3. That's the goal. But Denver, like I said, they've only covered in 3 of their last 9, and this is a team that you do kind of want to fade when they are at home. They are just 14 and 21 against the spread at home this year, and as a home favorite, they're just 12 and 16 against the spread. So I think we do see a little bit of value here for the Phoenix Suns. They are coming off of the second leg of a back-to-back, but they are 4-4 against the spread or either way, they're 50% on covering on the second leg of a back-to-back. So it is kind of a coin flip, but I'm going to be taking my odds on the coin flip tonight. So that's going to be our second play of the day. Phoenix Suns plus 3.5 versus Denver at -110 odds. Now, our third and final play of the day, just because we don't have any other lines yet other than a couple of Cavs players' lines, we're going to be taking a college basketball play. We're going to be taking Texas Tech +1 versus Duke at -110 odds. Both these teams, they are 1-1 against the spread in the March Madness tournament. But overall, if you take a look at it over the course of the season, Texas Tech is 9-2 against the spread versus ranked teams, whereas Duke, they've only played 2 ranked teams, and despite them being 2-0 against those ranked teams, I do think Texas Tech has a little bit more experience with those ranked teams this year. And as an underdog, Texas Tech is 6-2 against the spread as a dog, and following a win, Texas Tech is 14 and 12 against the spread. So they've been really good at covering all season long, and I expect them to do just that once again here versus Duke. If you guys want to take the money line, you're more than welcome to. But I'm just taking the +1 just in case if a buzzer beater happens, I can at least get my money back. So that's kind of my thought process on that. And Duke, in their last 6 games, they have only covered 1 time, and that one time was a game here in the March Madness tournament. And in neutral site games, Duke is just 3-4 against the spread. So they're not covering more often than they do. And following a win, they are just 13, 14, and 2 against the spread. So, like I said, I think we see a ton of value here. So that's our third and final play of the day. Texas Tech +1 versus Duke at -110 odds. Now, that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so who knows? Maybe we could be doing a $6,000 parlay giveaway tomorrow. If you guys are new, make sure you guys sub. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for everything. This is King Steiner signing out. Peace.